Hi, friends. Welcome to What You Played. My name is Ruel Gaviola, and what we're doing today is talking about the games that you played in the month of May. Let's get to it. Okay, and the first game that we're going to talk about is now these are from my Discord community. If you're not part of the community already, click on the links below. Come on over, join us. We talk about games and all kinds of fun, nerdy and non-nerdy stuff. And what I do is I'll talk about the games that I played. You can click on the links below, find out what I ranked number one for the month of May. But what I do, that's Ruel's wrap up. Now we're doing what you played where I just highlight games that y'all played, and we're going to start with my buddy Austin. He played a couple of games, or actually, he played a lot of games, and the ones I want to highlight are One Endless War, which, spoiler alert, may have made my list, so go check out Ruel's wrap up. But what I wanted to highlight was Fujiyama. This game I had not heard, at least I don't think I've heard. Let me see. Fujiyama. But when Allison had mentioned this, looks really cool. It is apparently a semi-cooperative game where you're doing some tile placement. You had me at tile placement, Austin, and also some set collection. And I love I don't know, just the aesthetic of this. It just looks really, minimalist and chill. I mean, it looks like you're almost building like a little mountain there with the tiles. You got little critter meeples. I'm always a fan of critter meeples. There's the box art there. I think I remember this one on Kickstarter or being crowdfunded, if I'm thinking of the same game. And looking at it now and knowing that Austin, so I asked folks in the Discord channel, hey, give me some of your highlights of what you played in the month of May 2024. And this is one of his top three. So, and I've gamed with Austin before. I feel like we have some similar tastes. And this one is definitely on my, hey, I got to play this list. So thank you, Austin, for that. That is Fujiyama. Continuing on, next up is Buck Savage. Now, Buck Savage played a bunch of games as well. Some of their highlights: Terraform Mars, a dice game; Deep Dive, Faraway, Sagrada, Sagrada Artisans, and the one I want to highlight is The Veil of Eternity. Let's bring that up on screen here. The Veil of Eternity. This one, oh, I did a paid preview of this with Bonzinator. We had a really good time with this. This it's been all the rage lately on BGG, and I know a lot of people. I've seen a bunch of videos for it as well. Um, it's a hand management game. You're gonna draft cards into these like fantasy creatures. Really cool artwork, and you're trying to balance the money you get or the currency with the type of critters you get. They all have different abilities and ways that they can score. I really like that the economy in this game, right? So where is it? We saw some of the things there. Oh, there's some people playing. Um, it's really interesting because you don't get any change in this game. You're either going to pay here it is. Some of the money is up here. So the money you pay, or I don't know if they're like crystals or gems or whatever, but that currency you pay exactly that amount, or you don't get changed. So it's a really interesting way to do it because you really have to plan your turnout. Like, I really want this card, but am I willing to give up my 6 gem here, right? Oh, I hope I have enough in the like if it costs 4 and I have a 3 and a 1. And the thing that makes it really tough is you have a limited number of these. So I think in your hand you can only have 4 or 5 of those tokens. So you could have 4, 6 tokens, but that doesn't do any good if you're just gonna buy one little thing. Like, you can't make or you're going to buy something that you can't make change for. It's like, so you try to be efficient with your money spending in this. And I really, it is a beautiful game. It's been a huge hit. They've already announced a expansion for it, so definitely got to play that one. And that is Buck Savage's game, one of the games that they played, The Veil of Eternity. Okay, let's go to DNix 7. Some of their highlights were also Veil of Eternity, the Star Wars deck building game Aquatica, and one of my all-time favorites, Cascadia. What more can we say about say about Cascadia besides the fact that it's absolutely awesome? Spiel to win. Oh my gosh, it is the #1 abstract game on BGG. I did not know that. Kudos. Look at that. Randy Flynn is like the super nicest guy too. So there's Cascade. Look, I have that at a 9. I ranked Azul 9.5. What the? I mean, I really loved Azul when it came out. Um, I may have to re-rank this. So I prefer Cascadia over Azul. Wow. Um, and Patrick I gave a 9. War Chest I gave a 7. Oh man. I need to update these rankings. Madala an 8, Sagrada 9, Project L 8.25. I think that's higher now. Oh, okay. I'm totally looking. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So over on the R&R shows, folks on the Rahdo Runs Through channel, they will spend their channel points to get me to rank stuff. I want to re-rank Cascadia. I might have to just give that a straight up 10. I love Cascadia. Anyways, Landmarks is the expansion to Cascadia. Definitely check that out if you're a fan. Excuse me. I'm still of the notion that it's not a must-have expansion, but I love Cascadia so much that I'm gonna play with it regardless. So I don't know. I feel like the base game's good enough, folks, but it's a brilliant game. And I'm so I'm gonna have to play it again with that expansion. So that is one of the highlights from DNix7. Thank you for that, DNix7. Move on to Omar. Thank you for sharing games, Omar. Again, Omar did a bunch of stuff, and some of the highlights: Donuts, which I talked about on my what you or on Ruel's wrap up, Lost Ruins of Arnak, Rift Force, Oathsworn in the Deepwood, and the game I wanted to highlight from Omar because I actually got to play this with him last year at PAX Unplugged with Michelle too. Birds of a Feather, Western North America. Such a cool game. This one, it's super friendly bird themed game where you're you're a bird watcher basically, and then you and your other the opponents here, you're trying to spot the different birds and bring them. I guess score them. Hey, I've seen this bird or whatever. What was the thing that makes it interesting again? The deck contains 5 habitats, and what was it? I know it's remove all cards from the first round. Oh yeah, yeah. If you can continue, here's a look at the spread. So you're going to place your birds here, and then the ones that have been played already, that basically knock each other out, you're not going to score those, but you really want to be like the unique bird in this. Isn't that right? I forget. Oh my gosh. Now I'm sort of embarrassed. Oh, what? Oh, now I got to look it up again. It hasn't been that long since we played. I know I've always I played this years ago, the original edition, enjoyed it, but I know I like the newer version better. I just felt like everything about it was better. I think the artwork, the iconography, everything. I'll just read it straight up. In the first round, each player chooses and reveals a card from hand, then marks off on their score sheet the bird they have played, as well as the other birds played in the same habitat. The deck contains cards from 5 habitats, with some birds being more common. Okay. In the second round, you each play a card again. Then you mark all your birds in your current habitat, as well as cards played in previous rounds in that habitat. Apparently, word spread about the Great Finds. Remove all cards from the first round, then keep playing. That's right. So you're constantly replacing cards and trying to score as many as possible. I really dug this game, and I still do. I need to get a copy of this. I know it's from Snowbite Studio. They're the ones that do it now. It was out of print for a while. They brought it back into print with this new version, North America. It's a 15 to 30 minute game. Absolutely wonderful game. Thank you for sharing, Omar. Moving right along to my buddy Oscar. He played some D&D and Frosthaven. We got to talk about Frosthaven. I'm going to talk about this game being on my shelf of shame. I've got this game ready to go. I have not played through all of Gloomhaven or even Gloomhaven Jaws of Lion, or I haven't even played through all of Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, but Frosthaven's waiting for me. Who was I talking to? Gosh, I was just talking to, no, it wasn't Daryl, because Daryl doesn't do co-op, but someone we're sort of lining up. Hey, maybe we should play Frosthaven, start a campaign. So this is the next evolution of Gloomhaven. In that world, it's a dungeon crawl, but more of a Euro style, where you're doing it's that brilliant use of initiative and trying to puzzle out how you can complete your missions using your cards and all the abilities and everything. Oh, it's brilliant, folks. Frosthaven. Have y'all played Frosthaven? Have you? Stacey Everdell. Again, we record this live in chat. Said, embarrassed because you can't remember the rules to a game, and how many games do you play? Yeah, I play a lot of games. Thank you, Roland Reggie. Yeah, you score for all the birds of the same color flipped. Yep. All 5 of our Azul's are in the top 20 for abstract. Oh my gosh, really? I'm going to say this. The one Azul I did not care for was that the Sintra, glass Sintra or something. That one I wasn't really a big fan. Landmarks and sitting on Shelf of Shame. You'll like, as long as you like Cascade, you'll like it. I'm still on the BG front page. Oh, okay. Below, okay. Reggie's on the front page. We're gonna go on the front page, folks, because Reggie's here. We'll go down here, and yeah, we did this is like the Inception part here, where I'm looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. Where was Reggie? We're gonna find Reggie. We gotta put Reggie up here. Rolling Reggie, folks. If you don't watch his channel, you got it. There he is. Oh, Creator Spotlight. Awesome. There it is, folks. Check out Reggie's channel. He's amazing. Oh yeah, roast beef sandwich. Possible the 2023 Barcelona mid heavy caught my eye recently. It has come across my eye recently. I'm gonna bring that up. Thank you for that roast beef sandwich. By the way, great username. It's getting close to lunchtime for me, folks. So this username is killing me right now. Barcelona. Danny Garcia is the hot new designer. I have a copy of this. I'm supposed to be playing it on stream real soon here. I'm still working the details out on that, but this game looks absolutely beautiful. Danny Garcia. Let's take a look at the games that Danny has come by recently. Barcelona, Alboria, Windmill Valley. I mean, come on, get all the hype here, folks. Look at all these games. And then I have not heard of Datoshi. Oh, it's from Devere. Okay, you get, yeah, Devere, folks. All you got to say is Devere. You had me there. Okay, cool. Nice. Let's get back to what others played this weekend. So thank you, DeOscar, for that. Legends was here earlier, chatted about Far Away was their best game, and also played Lords of Waterdeep, a classic game. Who was I talking to? Oh, I saw Grant Lyon this weekend. Hanging with Grant Lyon. He'd never played Lords of Waterdeep. And we're just laughing about how there's, between both of us, there's certain games that are like these pillars in the board game community, or just legendary games we haven't played. Lords of Waterdeep was his, and we were at a game store. We did this event, and at the game store, they had a ton of titles, and we're just looking at him, and he's like, I played this, and it was like this funny bit he did. And then he said, I have not played Lords of Waterdeep. He's like, what? He has not played Lords of Waterdeep? I was like, dude. And then we kept going on. I was like, oh, I've never played Caverna. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah. So there's always going to be, there's just so many games, folks. You can't play them all. We try, but we can't. Roland Reggie was noting that Barcelona was a lot of people's favorite games of 2023. Yeah, it was definitely on my radar. I would love to check that one out. Okay, moving right along. Let's see. Back in my Discord channel, folks, if you aren't already, click on the link below. Join Discord. You can join us so we can do this live. Twin Flower, bunch of games that Twin Flower did. And these are some of the ones that Twin Flower highlighted. Castles of Burgundy, one of my all-time favorites. Top 10 easily, probably top 5. Space, a classic. Cacao by Phil Walker Harding, praise be. The game I wanted to highlight, though, was Claim. For whatever reason, I feel like Claim always gets overlooked when people are talking about trick-taking games. Maybe because it's almost like a trick-taking battling game, where it's a 2-player trick-taking game, but you're collecting sets of different factions. And there's a bunch of expansions for this, so depending on which card is being played or whatever, it's going to have different abilities. It's by Scott Alms, designer of so many of my favorite games. My, Tiny Epic series, Tiny Epic Galaxies being my favorite, of course. But check out Claim, folks. If you haven't played a 2-player trick-taking game, they're becoming a little more prominent, I guess. What was the one from Renegade? The 2-player Fox in the Forest. Then I was like on the, I feel like I was in the minority of, I actually preferred Fox in the Forest Duet better. I know some people didn't like that one, but I liked it better. I don't know, just the way that game flowed. But both of those are great for 2-player experiences. And Claim, I think, has always been overlooked. So if you like trick-taking games, but you can never get 3 or more, if you have 2 players, then check out Claim, folks. It's wonderful. Thanks for that, Twin Flower. Oh, Twin Flower also played, I mean, come on. How can I not talk about Blood Rage? Another top 10 game. Yeah, I gave this one a perfect 10, actually, on my BGG. This was like the first, I'd say medium weight game that I'd ever played when I got into the hobby. I had been playing Ticket to Ride, Pandemic, Tsuro, and then I saw Blood Rage on the table at a local game night when I started going to them. And my buddy Pat, well, we're friends now. My buddy Patrick, at the time, I didn't know him. He brought his copy. He had painted the copy, and I saw that on table. I was like, oh my, just I love this hobby. So I took pictures and I got to play. I totally got crushed, but I love the gameplay. And it turns out Eric Lang has designed some of my favorite games of all time. So thank you, Twinflower, for sharing. I'm going to move right along to the next member of the community, Chris from Tabletop Express. Thank you, Chris, for sharing all these games. Now, Chris did a 5x5 grid, so 25 different games. He played a ton. Doomlings, I played. Can't Stop. Abandoned All Archooks, who were super mega lucky box by Phil Walker Harding, praise be. The one I wanted to highlight from Chris's list is something I haven't played in a while, but I love Raiders of the North Sea. It is I'd say just a slight step up, probably like Gateway plus a worker placement game, but it works so well. It's got that really clever mechanism. Again, Shem Phillips always takes worker placement to new places. In this case, you place a worker, and then you take a worker back. And then they have different colored workers that will allow you to get to different spots. Let me show the board. So you're going to start at the bottom here. Starting from the bottom, like Drake, and now we're here, up here, right? Y'all, under Drake, Kendrick Lamar, y'all, are we talking about that? Kendrick won, right? Anyways, you start here, get all your resources, get your crew, then you send your crew on raids or missions up here in the sea and then up on the land here, and it's so good. I love this, and I always have a special spot in my heart for Raiders of the North Sea, because when the pandemic hit, I started streaming from home, and Michelle was also hanging out here at home because she's going to go to work. None of us could, and Lauren, our daughter, did too. But the very first, I think, one of the first games we played was Raiders of the North Sea on stream, and I wasn't sure about this one because I know Michelle's not really in the whole raiding theme of Viking stuff, but she loved it, and we played this a bunch, and I really want to bring this back to the table. It's been a while, especially with the expansions. The expansions, I feel like, really adds some really cool things, like opens up some more worker spots and gives some more things that you can do. I love Raiders of the North Sea, and I do have the deluxe like coins and stuff. I just want to play just to get those coins back onto the table. All right, thanks Chris for that from Tabletop Express, folks. Be sure to check out that YouTube channel. They do a wonderful live call-in show, which I love. I totally want to steal that idea from you, Chris, and use it sometime. But let's move on to Dead Last Again. Dead Last Again, we have some similar tastes. He played Roll for the Galaxy, Kohaku, Juicy Fruits, Paper Rap Dungeon, Panda Royale, Role Player, what was it? Not Cartographer. Yeah, Cartographer's Heroes. And, of course, I'm going to talk about, surprise, surprise, Baseball Highlights 2045, which is one of the games Dead Last Again played, because it gives me a chance to talk about the first place Los Angeles Dodgers. I love baseball, of course. I actually have been doing a baseball podcast, which I'm currently retooling right now. I want to change the focus on that. But anyways, Baseball Highlights, one of the all-time great deck builders. And I'm going to tell you why it's an all-timer for me. My buddy Daryl does not like baseball. He likes deck building games, but not baseball. Doesn't watch it, doesn't care for it. He will play Baseball Highlights 2045 with me anytime, any day of the week, twice on Sunday. He loves it, and I love it, and it's just a brilliant deck building hand management game with the theme of baseball. I mean, how could you not love that? By the way, shout out to my UCSB Gauchos, my alma mater. They unfortunately just lost in the regional final for trying to get to the College World Series, but we had a great year. Go Gauchos. Thank you for that. Dead Last Again. I love Baseball Highlights. I will always talk about this game. Yeah, Bing has a shocked expression that I talked about that, right? Thank you, D. Yes, we're talking about what the beef with Drake. Kendrick. Isn't there a Kickstarter campaign? Yeah, there is. I think they just ended it, where they're bringing back all the stuff from previous campaigns, all the promos in one, and I think they added a new expansion as well. But no matter what you have, folks, play Baseball Highlights. Is brilliant. I have some of the promos. I'm gonna hit them up and see if I can fill out my collection. Bases Loaded. That's right. That's what it's called. Thank you, Reggie. But Baseball Highlights, I love it. It's a great solo game as well for all my solo gaming homies. I love solo gaming, and that is a terrific one. So thanks, Dead Last again. You knew I was going to talk about Baseball Highlights. But let's move on to Gizmo. Gizmo Board Games. They also do a podcast as well. Gizmo, if you're in chat, shout out the name of your podcast. I'm sorry, friend. I'm going to talk about the games that you played. Some good ones here. New York Zoo, an Uwe. Gizmo also played Walking Dead Surrounded. Folks, click on the links below. After you hit the like and subscribe button, click on the links below for Ruel's wrap-up, where I talk about the games that I played in May. And Walking Dead Surrounded was on there. That was an 18-card button shy game. The game I want to talk about, Apiary. I'm ashamed to say I have not played Apiary yet. I'm dying to play it. No one in my circle of friends, local, has it. Or maybe one of them does. I don't know. Someone's got to have it. I feel like all my friends that aren't local to me have the game. But the game I want to highlight, though, is Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Have y'all played this? This has been all the rage since it came out. I did a run through for Rahdo, and it's basically Flamme Rouge, next level Flamme Rouge. They've taken that core system of card hand management and added a bunch of stuff, and gives you like a push your luck element to it, using heat to, get your car around the corners. And it's a race game, so you're going to go 1 or 2 laps. It's done really well. And as it says here, 36-minute games. That's pretty much what it falls under. What I love about this is actually the solo Automa deck. They make it so easy to play the solo. You're just basically flipping a card over, and it shows where the other cards can go, like how many spaces and whatnot. And it's a cool way to add extra cards to a 2 or 3 player game using the Automa deck. So be sure to check that out. Hi, Meeple. Hi, Meeps. My pug is here. She wants some food. I'm going to get her a little bowl of food here. Place down here. Here you go, Meeps. I'll just put some on the table there, or the ground for you. Okay, so that is Heat. Thank you, Gizmos. Gizmos also played Scholars of the West Tigris. Last Lighthouse, which I have no idea. What is Last Lighthouse? Last Lighthouse. It's a new game. I'd never heard about this. What? Okay. Oh, it's a Scott Alms button shy game? I'm sold. You don't have to tell me anything about it. Boom. I want a copy. Let's see what this is about. It's the 4th Simply Sent solo entry from Scott Alms. Love it. You know which one I really like from Button Shy? The solo Scott Alms game was Food Chain Island. I thought that one was clever. But hey, look at this. This is Last Lighthouse. Oh, it's got sort of spooky feel to it. Spoopy. A little scary theme. Scary-ish. Oh, what do you... Yeah, sort of... Okay. Cool. I love Button Shy games. There's a lot of folks in our Discord community. We're all Button Shy fans. So this is really cool to see. Protect against an ever-growing line of unique nightmares. Okay, nightmares. That's the word I was looking for. By deploying specialized traps. Place traps wisely to eliminate as many nightmares as possible before they damage your lighthouse and ultimately destroy it. Ooh. Elegant rules, multiple levels of difficulty. Offers plenty of challenge for casual and dedicated players. Hey, I'm down. That sounds good to me. So thanks for sharing, Gizmos. Let's move on. Gizmo Board Games. We got Ryan, also from Tabletop Express. Thank you for sending in. Let's see. Ryan's got a 5x5. Okay. I see stuff I like. Far Away. My Shelfie. Praise be. Abandon all Artichokes. Alhambra. Tigris Euphrates. What is this? Oh, Nar. Far Away. For Northwood. Oh, I'm dying to play For Northwood. If you haven't played For Northwood, folks, that is a solo trick-taking game, which I think is just sounds crazy, right? But it's supposed to be really good. What else they got? Food Chain Magnate. Puerto Rico. Trailblazers. Oh, Spots. Mojo. And I'm actually playing a game, I think, with Ryan right now. Mojo. Regicide. And why don't we highlight Nar? I've been talking about this game a lot lately as well. I'm new to this. I just learned this earlier this year and absolutely loved Nar. This engine building, really cool. I mean, it's Vikings, right? And I just thought, okay, yeah, we're going to go on raids. No, this is actually a really clever twist on it where you're collecting your Vikings to go explore. And it's focused on trade. What's really cool is when you play a Viking, you're going to get the ability. So if I play like the yellow Viking, I'm going to get that card that I just played plus any yellow Vikings I played previously to get those resources. Those resources I'm going to use to score points and go on the Vikings themselves. I'm going to use those to go on to go explore destinations up here, and those get me more points and resources. It's a race to 40, and we've got a little engine building because you can, you know, you'll have your cards where, again, you play the color, you're going to get all those colors. But here's the thing: when you go to those destinations, you have to give up those Vikings. Like certain destinations say, hey, I need a Viking in this color or this one or whatever, and then you give those up to go there. So it's a nice little push and pull. I found a solo variant super easy to use on BGG. Recommended. All you need is a 6-sided die, and it just basically takes away cards from you. And I love it. I thought it was great. So Nar, thank you for that, Ryan. So many good games. So many good games. Nar is one of them. Okay, moving right along to Tommy Miller. Hey, a longtime supporter of the channel. Thank you, Tommy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Another 25 games that he shared. Boy, so many good things here. You've got Catan. You've got the Veil of Eternity. You've got Takanoko, Super Mega Lucky Box, praise be. Far Away, After Us, Calypso, Hanamakoji. Ooh, Hanamakoji, so good. Martian Dice, nice. Cartographers. And, excuse me, the one I wanted to highlight. One of my favorite games of last year, by far. Easily top 3 of last year, if not the number 1, Sky Team. How good is this game? It is brilliant. Dice cooperative game. I've showed this picture before. This is brilliant. Someone, I don't know if they got on a plane and did this or, oh, this is a beautiful photo. That is the pilot's, board, control board or whatever. What do you call it in the cockpit? Yeah, you and your partner, pilot, co-pilot, you are trying to land your plane. And Linnaeus, thanks for hanging out and have a good day. You're trying to land a plane, and you roll dice behind a screen, and one by one you place those on the board. And what you're trying to do is keep things level, keep things fast enough, or slow down, get those brakes down, get your landing gear, the flaps, and you have to signal down to the ground crew, hey, get the other planes out of there, or else we're going to crash. I love this game, and it's always cracks me up because we always talk about Gaviola Airlines here on the channel. You don't want to fly Gaviola Airlines because I crash more than I land. But it's so much fun. I did a run through this with Rahdo on his channel. It was a blast. Cannot recommend this game highly enough. It was one of my favorite games of the year for 2023. That is Sky Team. If you haven't played it, folks, please check it out. It is wonderful. Hey, we're talking about some of the other games here. D-Pad Danny said I recently grabbed all the expansion, but I haven't tried all yet. Oh, I missed the comment above. Fox Northwood, according to Linnaeus, is fantastic. Bing likes Alhambra. Roast beef sandwich Ex Libris. It's also a great little card placement game. That's right, variable action. Yeah, that one. I just got the new version recently. Well, not recently. I got the new version and the expansion. Have not played it yet. I played the old one, which I loved, but the graphic design in that. And just the way they did it, I felt like it was just off for me. It wasn't as easy to see things, especially when you're across the table. Just the print was really small. And my friends and I, we actually just printed out a piece of paper that had all the different actions on the workers and stuff. So hopefully I can get that to the table because you can play it solo too. Hopefully I'll be able to solo that real soon here. Continuing on here. Also got the family to sit down, DP and Danny. Finally try out Fractured Sky. Yeah, Fractured Sky is fantastic. Yeah, that game, it's all about the magnets. Yeah, I love those magnets. Reggie says, Sky Team definitely a game that I'm dying to... Oh, Reggie. Man, we should play together. Again, you don't want to be on Gaviola Airlines, but it's a lot of fun. Just want to try. Yeah, it does work on BGA, but there's just the experience is 100 times better in person, I think, for that game especially. Okay, let's move on. Thank you. That was Tommy Miller. Dr. Three Putt, Mark shared a ton of games. Mark, thank you for sharing all those games. Mark probably played the most games, it seems like, out of all of us in the Discord. So many, I don't know which one to highlight. I'm just going to go through. Oh, I'll just randomly pick this one. Just saw it right in the middle there. Let's go to, I was about to say, let's go Dodgers. No, let's go to Japan. Awesome game. I gotta add this to my collection. I have this game. Yay. Own. Save. I'd played this, the the prototype for a sponsored playthrough from AEG last year, maybe even the year before. But Josh Wood, folks, if you don't know this name, Harold, click on Josh. Super nice guy, and he's done some of my favorite games. Let's see, let's rank them. The highest ranked, Santa Monica, one of my all-time favorite tableau builders. Cat Lady, Puzzly, Let's Go to Japan, another brilliant tableau builder. Tiny Town's Fortune, and yada, yada, yada. Anyways, let's get back to Let's Go to Japan. This is a tableau builder, and he's told the story a few times. I'm sure you've heard it, where he was going to plan on going to Japan, and the pandemic hit. So plans were changed to, hey, I'm just going to make a game about going to Japan. And it turned out to be this really fun, hey, I'm going to plan a trip to Japan, my week-long itinerary, and that's the game. You're picking up cards, and I love just the way this looks, right? You have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're going to place different things there. And as you place the different things that you want to do, you're going to need to, hey, I need to take the rail there. So I'm going to have to, have railway or train icons on my cards. Other things, again, you get money and resources. It is absolutely brilliant, folks. As much as I love Santa Monica, and that Santa Monica is probably a little more streamlined than Let's Go to Japan. Let's Go to Japan is like next level tableau building. It is brilliant. I absolutely love this game, and I just added it to my collection because I have the they sent, after the Kickstarter fulfilled, they sent the game plus the deluxe bowls, which are amazing. I gotta play this. I definitely have to. How many times do I say this on this stream? I need to play this. I love it. I love Let's Go to Japan. So thank you for sharing. That was Dr. Threeput. Appreciate you. I mean, Dr. Threeput, there's a huge list of games he played. Next up is Scotty. Scotty also played a bunch of games. Let's see. World Wonders, which I talked about on my video, Ruel's wrap up. Another game I have not played in forever, which I need to play, and Scotty played, Ark Nova. I was talking about this game this weekend, and I'm not the type to say a game's a killer. Like everyone said this was a Terraforming Mars killer, but you know what killed Terraforming Mars for me was actually Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. Still great, the great Terraforming Mars, but in a much more accessible package. I mean, I love Terraforming Mars. I played a ton of it. I actually have my buddy Daryl for my birthday one year gave me 3D printed cities and whatnot for the game. And it looks beautiful when we play, but it's one of those games, like, it's definitely going to take you at least 2 hours. I've never had a game go under 2 hours unless I was playing solo. Then I could knock it out in 45 to an hour. But I'm saying that as Ark Nova, I feel like it's the same type of game where I'm not going to get it under 2 hours. But apparently some people do. It says 90 minutes here, and I know some people played it quicker than that. But the games I played tend to be 2 to 3 hours, which I'm fine with. I love, but I find myself these days being more attracted to games that I can get out to the table in about an hour or so. I don't know. But Ark Nova, I do want to play again. They have that new expansion out, the Marine one, right? So that one I need to play as well. Rolling Reggie says Santa Monica is so underrated. I trust this game is. Oh yeah, the theme is wonderful. Santa Monica is brilliant. And I personally liked Let's Go to Japan better, Reggie. So yeah, brilliant. Hey, Flickaya says my dad is fairly new to modern board games. I really enjoyed SkyTeam. That's great. I love that. I mean, SkyTeam is so good, right? And I feel like this is the type of game that gamers and casual gamers will like. Because, number one, the theme is super easy to relate to. Like, hey, who hasn't wanted to fly a plane before? And even those, there's a lot of people who've played, like, the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, let's take that in board game form, and it's a dice placement game, so it's super easy. Roll dice and then try to place them, where you're supposed to have stuff. And I'm so glad to hear that, Flickaya. Thank you for sharing that. It's wonderful. Maybe Troop says, SkyTeam, 4 for 4 landing train flight, 1 for 6 landing easy flights. Yeah, I'm not even that good at the training flight. Rahdo and I played some like crazy hard level with when you add other stuff like the fuel and everything else. Totally crashed it. I've crashed and burned so many times in game, but and I think that's a mark of a good game, right? Like if you lose constantly, are you still playing it? Like I've lost way more than I have at SkyTeam, and I'll play that game anytime it's put on the table. So brilliant game. Okay, got a couple more minutes, and we're gonna wrap up. I want to thank everyone again for hanging out with us. Shane Rayner, Welcome to the Discord. Just joined here. My island, space, Point City, Empire's End, far away. Oh, do we talk about Empire's End? I know I've talked about this game before. John D. Clare, one of my favorite designers, also a local here in Southern California. Empire's End, basically space base with no thanks. You've got that sort of like no thanks mechanism where you are like a reverse auction, like some card that you don't want, you're putting chips or resources there, and then you're building your empire. It's basically the end of the empire, and you're seeing it crumble. So I shouldn't say you're building an empire, but you're talking about all the different ways your empire's crumbling, and different locations will be destroyed. Really clever use of that mechanism. Thank you, Shane. Reggie, going to get you in here last minute. Reggie played a bunch of games here. He talked about Ticket to Ride Japan. The one I wanted to highlight, though, was Kanagawa. Thank you for bringing that up. I have not played this game in years. Folks, one of the most beautiful games you'll get to the table. It is gorgeous. And it seriously, it has this mat. Can I show the mat? Where's that mat? It's almost like a mat that you use to roll sushi on. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, it's a gorgeous game. There it is. Set collection, and you are an artist painting these beautiful landscapes, and you go along and you're going to add, go left to right, building a tableau as well. Yeah, and you're going to, it's set collection. It's a wonderful game. I really like this. I don't know why I don't have it anymore. I must have traded it for something. And Reggie also played Nana. I've talked about this at length on this channel. Absolutely brilliant game. Now called Trio, right? Yeah. I love Nana. I love Trio. Go Fish meets a memory game. That's all it is, folks. So, anyways, that's all the time we have. I want to thank you all again for hanging out with me today and talking about all the games that you played. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you later here on Tabletop Tonight. Bye.